Hola guys, welcome back for another episode of the Fernando Alonso Extended Career mode. Now once again with only one race in this episode, as the whole recording is covered. But yeah, I'm sorry for the being late on this video. It's already 3 days ago, I guess, that the last video was uploaded. Yeah, I guess it was Friday. So we need to be more constant, I think, because until Abu Dhabi I want to upload every day. Of course there will be Thursday and Friday where I'm not at home. There I have to leave out the days, but otherwise every day there will be one upload from now on. So yeah, you saw the practice results. I think we are very much up there once again, especially the car, as Kimi Räikkönen has incredible pace throughout the weekend so far as well. So it looks promising. Even more promising it looks for the McLaren F1 team. They're really incredibly fast. They seem to be easily the fourth best team on the grid for this weekend. Would be important for them to get some big points. As they only have 2 on the board so far. Didn't run their way until this point, but there's still something possible. Renault looks really poor through the German track in Hockenheim, so maybe they fall a bit off now, and that could get other teams back into play for 4th place in the Constructors' Championship. Maybe even Alfa Romeo. Yeah, we start with an electric failure into the first qualifying session. Won't hold us up too much, as there are 18 minutes time and this costs us only about 4 minutes. So it's not a disaster. But anyway, of course, much has changed since the patch. The cars are different to drive. The packing order switched a bit. As I said, McLaren is now faster, Renault is slower, Williams is slower, Mercedes is a bit faster. Yeah, that's more or less it. But we will see how that pans out for us. So, now the failure is repaired. We can head on to the track. We just have to wait for a gap, as now almost everyone gets through start finish. But we need some time to get out of the pits, so we can already give the order that we are ready to go, and now we have to wait. There is Kimi, who just pits in, and now we have to wait that he gets pulled into his pit before we can go our way. Now here we go, and now we are ready on track. At more or less the end of the installation lap, getting ready for our first fast lap. Let's see where it brings us. Here we go, out of the last corner, carry as much speed as possible, and then we have a tough fast right-hander, very narrow on the exit. And then we go into the first low corner, short into the second gear, and then up the acceleration. And here we go with maximum speed onto the hairpin. 327 kph we reach. Down to first gear, and then plant the traction onto the next fast section, down the braking zone, and now we head into the motordrome. Until this point we more or less nailed every corner, that's good for us. Here a fast right-hander, we were a bit late there, but it's okay. Now the Vettel corner, where he threw away his victory in 2018. And here we go through the last two corners. Almost one corner, but you have to open the steering a bit through there. And there we go. It's P19 only for now. A bit disappointing. Didn't feel too bad. But of course there's something more possible. But Q2 will be tough. Yeah, here you can see the others on their fast lap. Carlos Sainz, Lucas Weber, Max Verstappen, who finished, who improved from P9 to P6, and here we go onto our last shot that we can have. Still in P19. Still Ricciardo is ahead of us, who actually posted his fast lap already, because we got out of the pits directly behind him. And he couldn't improve from P18 away. That's a bit disappointing, but it shows how poor the Renault is around this circuit. But anyway, we are on our fast lap, and as you can see we already have, yeah, more or less pretty big improvement. So Q2 is in reach for now. A good third sector, and then we could have a go for it. Let's see. First we have to nail all these corners. We weren't too bad in the first try as well here, but even better now, and that may be enough. Easily. P9 it is. I'm surprised by that, but it just shows that we have the pace. As you can see, we are really up there with McLaren, Haas, Racing Point, and our teammate out of the session already. Both Renaults, both Toro Rossos, and George Russell in the Williams. What a disappointment for Renault. Yeah, here we go. Q2. Our first shot with the medium wasn't for any use. We were far off anyone. But we have a second shot on the soft tire. Here we go. The guys to beat are, I believe, Kimi Räikkönen and Romain Grosjean, guys like that, to get into Q3. But to be honest, I don't want to get into Q3, because the soft tire is just terrible in the race. The one stop with medium and hard will be the way to go. And so we may on purpose just slow down enough to get into P11, P12, around that. But for now we are on the edge, trying to get the best out of the lap. Then we see if it's a gap from about more than 1.3 seconds, then it could be critical. But we are, yeah, a bit away from that. So I guess we can just pull the lap through. And it won't be enough for a top 10 position, would it? No, it's B14. Yeah. Not an amazing qualifying session, I would say. As we are even behind our teammate, which was pretty rare through the last race weekends. But I guess it's okay. We still have all possibilities for the race. Whilst the McLaren and the Racing Points, who are in the top 10, have the handicap of the soft tire in the start. Interestingly, Lewis Hamilton qualified with the medium, so he will have a huge advantage compared to the Ferraris, Bottas and the Red Bulls when we head to the race. Here we go with interviews. Claire says, what's your secret about your qualifying tempo? I don't know why you ask that when I'm beaten by Kimi, but there is no secret. We just have a good car. Were the technical issues bad karma for qualifying and the race? I hope not. The reliability is important. Karma. Anyway, here we go. On to the race preparation. The crowd is already waiting for the cars to start their engines. Here we go to the grid. As you can see, there are the final preparations. Yeah, championship standings. Hamilton, Vettel and Leclerc are matching themselves pretty much. Mercedes is a bit off of Ferrari especially because of the poor performance of Bottas. I don't know why, but he just has not the pace and the ability to keep up with Hamilton. Anyway, here we go with the starting grid, and Valtteri Bottas is on pole. In front of Hamilton, who's of course starting on the medium, then Verstappen, Leclerc, Gasly, Vettel, Perez, Sainz, Stroll, Räikkönen, Weber, Alonso, Magnussen, Hülkenberg, Grosjean, Butler, Albon, Ricciardo, Russell and Lando Norris with a grid penalty rounds up the grid. Yeah, so here we go. Race strategy, as I said, will be an obvious one-stop, at least for us. As you can see, the two-stop with starting on the soft tire would be about 10 seconds slower. And that's just about the advantage we have against all the others. I mean, not all the others, but the guys in the top 10, especially McLaren and Racing Point, who we are racing. I don't believe we can put something out against the Red Bulls or someone else. But maybe we are fighting for P7. I just hope the race pace is as good as it. Yeah, I mean, it should even be better than the qualifying pace to get us ahead of Räikkönen and who is there? Weber is in front of us on the medium. Yeah, it will be interesting. Here we go. 5 lights go on. And as they go out, we go our way. Bit too much of power, but we had a little free wide moment with Hülkenberg and Grosjean. Anyway, we dive it down the inside of Kevin Magnussen to get our P12 back after the poor start. Now we are side by side, pushed a bit off by him, but we seem to have more power than him to get back into P12. Looks good for now. Now we dive it massively to overtake Lucas Weber, who shunts into us as if we were not there. But it doesn't help him. We are up into P11, directly behind our teammate Kimi Räikkönen now. Here we go with the replay. Here you can see Lucas Weber totally ignoring us as we dive in massively there. Almost have a look at Carlos Sainz. Here we go, Weber doesn't open the steering at all. As if he doesn't see us. That is impossible. Really weird from him. But nothing happened, no damage done. So I cannot complain too much. We are up the position, so everything is okay from our side. Now we have to hang on our teammate. But as you can see, we are now in lap 8 and much has changed. Räikkönen is 2 positions ahead of us, not too far away. And now there's someone slow in the first sector. What was that? There is Charles Leclerc. Or was it Grosjean? It seems to have been Leclerc. He's stuck in gear. Stuck in third gear, Charles Leclerc. Some gearbox issues. Ah, but there he goes. So, as you can see, he's now at our rear. It didn't cost him too much, as it seems. Now he's battling us with the fresher soft tire. Of course, he has way more pace. He would have anyway in the Ferrari. Now he tries already to overtake us for P3 it is in the race. Pit stop cleared, it's for us about P8 now, P9, maybe P10. Something like this. It's hard to say with the 2-stoppers and all the others who started on the soft end. I don't know if they all make a 2-stop or if they have a 1-stop with the hard tire. Just a bit stretched compared to our stint on the hard tire, which will be from lap 16, 15 onwards. Anyway, we were now overtaken by Leclerc, as you saw. There you can see a replay. We are now already battling Vettel. Here we cover the inside for now, as Vettel pressurizes us massively already. We just about cannot hang it around the outside. It's, yeah, impossible in this corner. So now we have some fresh air for just a few seconds more. As Vettel closes in back already through these corners to get us into corner 1. Yeah, easily. Now he pulls away with DRS. We are in P5 ahead of Kevin Magnussen. And now we have DRS from Vettel. That's a bit of an advantage at least. But yeah, here we go, lap 15. That's the lap we will pit in. Now we are a bit lonely. Räikkönen about 5 seconds ahead of us. Magnussen, who is battling Bottas, 5 seconds behind us. And there is Carlos Sainz up. Seems to be another miserable Grand Prix for McLaren, as Lando Norris to start from the back of the grid, and Carlos Sainz now is out of the race, starting from P9 or P8, something about that. Better pill for McLaren, hard days for them. They cannot wait for the summer break, it feels. Only fighting Toro Rosso and Williams for P8 in the constructors. That's not what they expected from this season. Anyway, here we go into the pits for our one and only stop onto the hard tires. Solid stop, 2.4 seconds. Now we're battling Verstappen on the pit exit. He's a bit too far behind. George Russell ahead of us, who didn't pit until this point. But Verstappen will be maybe an opponent for the race end as well, as he has to make one more pit stop. Because he's now in mediums. And there he has a look at our inside. We just about can open the steering, as we didn't expect him to dive it down there. But just about cleanly done. Beautiful. Two cars at about 250 kph at the narrow corner like this. So close. Side by side. That's incredible pictures. Done by the two youngsters. Both 21 years old. So both with a bright future, I guess. As the golden generation, as they are part of the golden generation, like they can be called. Of course, with Charles Leclerc, with Lando Norris, with George Russell. Really many incredibly talented guys. Many in their first year. Verstappen already in his 5th season, I guess, or 4th, something like that. Leclerc in his 2nd season, and of course Norris, Albon maybe counted in as well. No, Albon, yeah, let's count him in as well. Russell, Weber, Butler, Norris, and of course Alonso. All about the same age, all about the same incredible talent. It's actually funny that so many talented guys now enter the Formula 1 after really lacking years, as there wasn't too much coming after guys like Hamilton and Vettel. They were just, yeah, 1 or 2 in this 10-12 years period until the new generation now comes in, while guys like Button, Raikkonen, or even Hamilton and Vettel are already ready for the retirement. Russell as well. And Kubica. Yeah, we're still fighting Verstappen. After being able to defend him pretty well in the first few attempts from him. We're now in lap 18 and he's still behind us. Couldn't do anything on this straight. Now we're pulling away a bit. But he has the corner speed to get back onto our rear. We're driving pretty well on this point. As you can see, the lap time is really solid. We didn't lose anything in the last few laps against Raikkonen ahead of us. And now he has another look. Verstappen didn't expect that really, but it wasn't successful for now. But now he dives it down the inside and now he gets it through. But the interesting thing is, now we have the S and the slipstream as well, so that may have get us even an advantage. Now we are going on to the inside as he doesn't cover it enough. And we really dive it late to push him wide to get his momentum killed and easily overtake him back. Here you can see the replay. Verstappen has to open the steering to not crash into us. But anyway, he pitted a few laps later and that got us some clean air until now. Sergio Perez is back at our rear. He already showed in qualifying that he's the fastest of all the other guys of the Formula 1.5, if you will, and he now shows that in the battle against us. We're fighting for P7. That would be an incredible result with Raikkonen in P6. That's just unexpected. Alfa Romeo here on the top point. But it just doesn't seem that we can hold this P7 as Sergio Perez pressurizes us incredibly and he now has so much top speed that we cannot do anything about it. But yeah, P8 would still be a great result. The question is, can we hold on P8? I don't know. There will be Max Verstappen coming back, and as you can see in the background, the two Haas are there as well. There you go with the onboard from Sergio Perez, who almost touches us while overtaking there. Pretty much on the edge. Yeah, there are some really good races from Perez. He really does an incredible job throughout the season. Had some bad luck in the first few races, but now he can show his talent. While Lance Stroll is more or less nowhere the last few weekends, Perez makes 1 point up to the other. I guess in the last 5 races he made about 20 points. That's really incredible for Sergio Perez. He's clearly best of the rest from the last weekends. But as you can see, we still are able to fight him for P7. We do everything we can to come back here, and we do it. What a move by Fernando Alonso. Here we go with the replay around the outside. That was just perfect. And as you can see, Verstappen already closed up onto the Haas, so I don't think he will be held up by them too much. So he may get into the fight for P7 as well against Perez and Alonso. And Alonso already struggles a bit with the tires. Of course, Perez and Verstappen have the advantage on this side. They are both on the medium, I guess. Or is Verstappen maybe even on the soft, I don't know. Now here Perez goes already. Early move by the Mexican. But now we have the AS and the slipstream. Can we do something? I don't think we can. The top speed of the racing point is just incredible. Now as you can see, Verstappen is already behind us. He overtook Grosjean right at this moment. With 5 laps to go. We need to keep up with Perez now. But he has good pace. It will be tough. and as you can see already, he just pulls away too quickly. Doesn't seem we can do anything about it, so it will get tough to defend from Verstappen. Now here we go onto lap 32, and Verstappen gets us almost around the outside. He gets us done for now, has the DRS to pull away, but now we need to hang on to get our DRS, but he has incredible traction. We just cannot hang on to him enough, or can be. We have DRS, we have the speed, we have the slipstream, and now we hang it around the outside. Who breaks later? Who is able to break later? It's Verstappen. We're still in the slipstream, but we cannot do anything as he outtractions us once again. It's just Verstappen doing a great job and overtakes us with that. Here you can see the braking. I don't think there would have been anything more possible. But yeah, Lewis Hamilton, as expected, wins the Grand Prix, and Verstappen, as you can see, actually overtook Perez as well, as we come home for P9. Another good points finish, but not as good as Räikkönen, our teammate, who held on to P6. Incredible position for him and for the team. 10 important points. But here you go, Mercedes with the celebration for the race victory. Lewis Hamilton does it once again outshines his teammate, who isn't even on the podium, with Vettel in second and Leclerc in third. Pierre Gasly in a solid 5th position, almost first time I guess that he is ahead of Verstappen in the race. I don't know what happened to Verstappen that he's that far off, and only fought against guys like Alonso and Perez. But here you go, Lewis Hamilton is your race winner, who extends his championship lead against Vettel and Leclerc with this result. Yeah, he's just on the road to title number 6.
Werfen wir einen Blick auf die Fahrer. Ein großartiges Resultat für Lewis Hamilton, der die Konkurrenz noch weiter hintersetzt. Wer war nach diesem unglaublichen Rennen dein Fahrer des Tages, Stefan? Romain Grosjean ist für mich der Fahrer des Tages.
Yeah, here we go with the full race results. Hamilton ahead of Vettel, Leclerc, Bottas, Gasly, Räikkönen, Verstappen, Perez, Alonso and Grosjean. Devon Butler is close to the only second point that Rosso would have made in this season, but with that 11th place, Rosso still is level on points with the Williams team. Both only 1 point, but only 1 point behind the McLaren team, who was really disappointing in this race. As you can see, Norris in P16 and Sainz out of the race. Started P8, but was not far ahead of Norris at the point he was out of the race. As you can see in the standings, Kimi Räikkönen, our teammate, overtook not only us but also Lance Stroll in the championship standings. He's now 2 points ahead of us. Yeah, Hamilton already 17 points ahead of Sebastian Vettel, while Bottas is only fighting Pierre Gasly for P5. But it will get closer and closer in the championship, especially here in the constructors. Alfa Romeo showed the pace to maybe come back, while Renault is far off making any points. But they have the advantage of having made an incredible amount of points in the first few races. 21 points, they're already ahead of Haas. Racing Point, yeah, in form of Sergio Perez, is up there as well. So it will really be interesting throughout the course of the season who will get on top of the midfield pack.
Gute Arbeit auf der Strecke. Nur so ein paar Fragen. Sie haben Erfahrung mit dem schnellen, aggressiven Stil von Devin.
So you have experience with the fast, aggressive style of Devin Butler. Do you have any advice for the drivers he overtook? Yeah, you have to be just convinced to get the better of him. Was it a struggle for you to get through the tight traffic today? Yeah, with the engine advantage, it wasn't that tough. You're bursting all expectation. Would you say that we underestimated you? Well, the team is doing an incredible job. It's just a pleasure to drive for them and to, yeah, get their expectations just approved. Yeah, it's getting closer once again in the rivalry. As you can see, we're only 1 point ahead of Räikkönen, while we have 1 against George Russell. At least that is good, but that was expectable. We have to choose a new rival next time out then. But before that we have 1176 points to spend in the R&D. So let's do that, I would say. Here we go. There's the R&D tree. We have some, yeah, I don't know, where's... Okay, we have a bigger... We have 3 big packages coming. 1 for the chassis and 2 for the aero sector, which we are lacking at. So it will be important, especially for Hungary. We can need the downforce. So let's hope that all of the upgrades go through to get us a good car onto the Hungarian Grand Prix. Maybe get us ahead of Toro Rosso and Renault on the performance comparison, and in the championship standings may get us closer to Renault, Haas and Racing Point. But we will see. You can see the results. We are on a good way. I hope you check in next time out when we head to Hungary. Until then, goodbye, adios.